What's going on, Tamers? Welcome to DigiPod, the digital podcast, the one and true, the one and only. We are your boys, Barney, Dan, and Light. We are back.
We're back, baby.
What's up,
We're
boys?
back.
Yes, sir.
How was life?
Crazy.
I'm just gonna lead off with, if you came here expecting a Digimon podcast, you're gonna be very upset, and you'll probably want to skip to maybe like the 45
Midway, maybe. Yeah,
minute
right.
mark, whatever the
Today
half-minute
might
mark
not
of this
be one of
episode is.
those Digimon heavy-ass, but we're gonna be talking about it, of course.
We'll talk
already know what this
Digimon.
is.
But for anybody finding us for the first time, first of all, hello and welcome in. But what we are, I guess let's start it off. It's perfect, right? We're like, what are we getting? Like 3 months removed? 2 months removed from our last pod?
Let's just call it what it is.
September,
This is
right?
a new season. Let's
This
just
is
call
a new,
it that.
Yeah.
this is a new season.
Season 4.
This is
Yeah.
season 4. And so with that being said, let me tell you.
Episode 90?
Yeah, episode 90. This is our 90th
Yeah.
episode.
We're almost syndicated, Mike. We're almost syndicated.
That's crazy.
Let me tell you about what DigiPod, the digital podcast, really is. We're not a Digimon podcast. We are a podcast with a bunch of fools who talk some stupid shit. Yes, we curse here. So anybody who doesn't like
Can we
cursing,
stop him
I
real quick? Wait,
apologize.
Mike, we need to stop him. Us two. Well, I'm on this side from Mike. He's on the left side from me. The fool is the one that's down there, or whichever direction is for.
He's on this side. For
Mike.
me, yeah.
It's wherever
You know,
Lucas decides to put us, actually.
Yeah, that's true. So, editor, can't wait to continue to say that for no reason.
Oh shit, we have a fucking editor.
We have an
Tell him which way we're going. Tell him which way I got him pointing at for the camera, for the viewers.
Oh yeah, it's a crazy time to be alive. We have an editor. No, but that's what we are. That's what we do. We come on here, we talk Digimon, of course, but more than that, we're just three guys, and we talk some stuff, and sometimes we go off tangent and get off topic. But like, that's who we are, you know. I can't apologize for that. So don't be upset when it happens in the future. Is all I'm gonna say. I.e., this episode.
Oh yeah,
Speaking of,
for sure.
speaking of what, Dan?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I was wearing my Greymon shirt today because we're back. You know what I'm saying?
Greymon.
It's not the DigiGuard. Speaking of DigiGuard United shirts, I
DigiU?
need new ones. I need new Digi shirts again.
Speaking of DigiGuard United, what the hell is Phase TCG?
Yeah, main phase.
What even is that? Well, let me
Shall we
tell you.
Shall we tell them? Shall we tell them?
The plug. We're definitely gonna plug main phase. All right, so I guess let's preface it with this. So
I think we need to backtrack a little bit more and talk about main
there's so
phase.
much
We
to
need
talk about,
we,
right?
we need to talk about what we've been doing, what we've been thinking
All right,
about,
all right.
what's been happening in life first before we actually dive into the main phase, I think.
He's right. All right, so we'll start it off with the reason that we even took a hiatus was that obviously you guys can see the new space. I move. And let me tell you something. I fucking hate moving. I'm never moving again. That shit was atrocious. It literally took me 2 months to move. And yeah.
That's because he decided to do it with no help.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, he's not wrong. I did do it with no help. So,
I did
very
mine
little
with
help,
no
I should
help.
say.
I moved in a day. You just suck.
I mean, you have like nothing.
hey, I
He
had
has
a
a lot
couch.
of gunpla, sir.
I do a lot of gunpla.
It's the only
I had
thing he
a-
has.
I had a couch and a TV.
But Mike is accustomed to moving. He likes to move, low key.
Mike
Ugh.
does like to.
I don't. My life is just like that, you know.
My life is just, I just move. I'm a hermit. That's what Mike said. I'm a
I
hermit.
think since I was like 19 or 20 years old, I've probably moved 25 times.
Fucking crazy.
I know. I couldn't imagine. I did it twice, moving out of my parents' house and then moving from our last house.
The trick is that you just have to stop caring about material items, and then you just throw out everything you love and cherish every time you move and buy.
No,
new
that's the
Just throw out
whole
everything
fact.
you love and cherish.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
buy
so
new
that's a whole
stuff.
fact. I threw away so much shit, and I still had so much shit to move that I was like, why am I like this? Like my room, for example, like I've pretty much kitted out my office, And like, I still have 2 boxes of stuff that was in my last office that I don't know where to put in this office.
I've been in Virginia for 6 months now. I'm afraid to show you what my closet in my office looks like. There's like 6 boxes in there. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with them.
Yeah,
Bro, I moved back to, unfortunately, my mom's right now. And I still have like a lot of my cards are all in boxes still. Like all my Zoids are in boxes. So like I refuse to just take them out right now because I know I'm moving out again.
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. You
By
already
like
packed them
springtime.
up. Might as well just keep them packed up. I know I don't plan to move, but I also don't really have a place for those stuff. So it's just gonna stay in a box for the next 5 years, probably. It's too sentimental for me to even say, "Oh, let me go sell it." It's like it's all these Hot Wheels that I went like hunting for, right? Like all these limited edition Hot Wheels,
those.
and I'm like, I can't get rid of those.
See, that's
like,
remember before when I told you throw out the same
throw away
Yeah.
everything you love and share it.
That's the exact kind of junk I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
It's a travesty.
Just so much stuff. You know what the worst is sometimes I throw out shit. I'm like, I'm not gonna use this. I don't need it. I'm just gonna get rid of it. And then like 3 months later, I'm like,
You're like,
oh,
damn, I could have used that.
fuck. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, fuck, I needed that right now.
Now, you know what's my saddest thing that I've thrown out in my lifetime? I used to, as a kid, collect all like the Digimon transformables. So like the one that goes from like Greymon to Metal Greymon, Agumon to Black or Greymon, or War Greymon. I had like 3 different types of War Greymons. Because there was a regular War Greymon, Black War Greymon, and then there was like this special edition, limited edition, super shiny War Greymon one.
Dan is a true.
So I had like all those transformable ones as a kid. Like it was I think it's everyone from season 1, 2, and 3 I had. Because I think that's where they stopped. Oh no, they had Frontier stuff too, I believe. And I threw all that out.
Hey, it's okay. I had like all these classic like Armada generation Transformers.
I threw those out too.
On Cybertron. My mom
I
told
had
me to
all
go
of them
clean my
too.
room. By the time I said, I'm gonna take this one and throw it away because I don't want to clean up my room.
I'm a teenager. I'm just like, yo, I can't be having all these toys anymore.
toys.
And because I'm gonna have girls over and yada 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 and stuff like that. So like I can't be looking like such a loser or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So like I had like
You now, Dan.
bro, I had like the box was like about like, so like right, if I'm showing like my hand is right here, this is about like 4 feet. It was like a box this big or something, like super long box filled to the brim with toys and shit, and I just threw them out. I was like, god damn, I wish I didn't do that. Wish I would just, because I kept all the big ones, so all the big Transformers, so like the Armada days, so like the Optimus Prime, the Megatrons, all that. I kept all those. I wish I would have done that and just left the box in there and called it a day in my closet, because some of those shits are worth mad money nowadays. I'm just like, damn,
I know dual
Like-
discs are kind of like dime a dozen.
I have
But, like-
I have one of those too.
Some people sell dual discs for such inordinate amounts of money, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what the?
Yeah.
Like, I picked one up secondhand off Facebook Marketplace for $30, but then I saw a guy trying to sell the Battle City and the Chaos dual disc for like $500, and they weren't even
Crazy.
sealed. And I was like,
yeah.
are you smoking? Cause like, I don't know, Chief. I don't know. But like, I think about like my Unicron that I used to have.
I have the Unicron from Energon, I think it was, or Armada. It was one of those two.
The same one.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah, I have
Yeah,
that
they
one.
were just like different. They were reskin.
The one that you needed, like the Minicrons to like open it or like do certain things with it. Yeah,
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
had
With
like the
key.
ring around it. You could
The
put the
key,
mini
yeah,
cons
yeah.
on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I have that one still.
Yeah, my dumbass threw that out. Good times. We
Sucks
were
to
doing
see.
the mic thing before Mike popularized it.
Yeah, right.
I don't recommend it, actually.
I will never again. That's why this is now, the office, the studio, the nerd cave. You can see I've got the gunpla chilling in the back there.
He's never gonna build.
Hey, I'll
He will
build
never
it.
build it.
I will definitely build it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have a gun building stream at some point.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Are you foreshadowing something for that? That's called like main phase TCG or something?
something main phase TCG something. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Stay tuned. Find out. Yeah. So Dan and I moved. Mike's been living his best life. Haven't you, Mike?
I've been having a good time. I actually just got back from a castle in England.
Mike's been living his best life.
Yeah, facts, right?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. My friend is rich and decided he wanted to get married in England and rented a castle, so stayed there for a couple days. He changed his last name to Morningstar, which is crazy. just rich people stuff, bro. I don't even fucking know anymore.
Like Lucifer Morningstar?
Yeah, I guess someone in
That's
his
wild.
lineage goes back far enough that there's Morningstar in the name, so they changed their names legally to Morningstar, so... Yeah, just,
That's some
casual.
that's some white people shit. I heard, like, damn.
Morningstar, would you like a cup of tea?
Right.
Definitely,
Lady Morningstar, would you like me to sully the laundry for you?
definitely crazy. London is basically New York, but British. I guess I should say New York is just is American London. I don't know. Honestly, I could not even. If I didn't know that I was in London, I would think I was in New York City.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I guess London has a little bit more like older architecture than in New York.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. But like, I mean, the architecture is really nice there. Actually, don't get me wrong. The architecture is gorgeous, but like, people there are fucking rude, honestly.
So I heard it's because
New
like
York.
I heard it's because of like Americans, generally speaking, just like
No, they were definitely British. Everyone there was British.
Oh, that's crazy.
No, but I mean, I think it's just like cities in general, like busy like that. So, but it was definitely super busy. I literally, honestly, I'm just an asshole. So, I didn't even really want to go to London. So, but I was there and I was like, I guess I should do something. I literally just like I took the tube, as they call it. The tube, yeah.
The train.
Yeah, well, it's like a subway.
No,
really.
I'm just trying to know,
Yeah, so the tube is like a subway, I guess. So I took the tube. I literally walked to the Big Ben. I walked to Big Ben. I took a photo of Big Ben and then left. That's all I did.
Hey, that's what people do at the Statue of Liberty.
I was like, this is cool, snap photo, and then literally left. I went to the castle, stayed at the castle. The castle was sweet. It's called Ashridge Home, something like that. It was pretty cool. I had a good time. Yeah, I held an owl.
That's cool.
Are you a wizard, Michael?
Yeah, so funny enough, that place was at, I think, Ashridge Home or whatever it's called. The stairs in it are actually what they used for Harry Potter. They molded all the stairs.
Harry Potter.
Cool.
And the Weeping Willow is there. Is actually at that.
Oh.
They took the Weeping Willow from there. Yeah.
That's pretty lit. Damn.
Yeah. I read their website,
Rich
so I
white
know
people
that.
shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was definitely rich white people shit. I think he spent like something like $150,000 on this wedding. Yeah.
God damam.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
So
I need
Connects.
I need a what am I trying to get right now? Gallantmon Crimson Mode. I want the true
you bought one, didn't
Ultimate
you buy
Cup.
one?
No, I bought the shitty one. I bought the one that was like the one with the border. So, audience, in case you don't know, Crimson Mode, they give out the winner one, obviously when you win an Ultimate Cup. But the next year or the next sequence of Ultimate Cups, they give out the top pricing, the top card pricing for second place. But that card is it's not the exact same card you get. It is slightly different. I believe, can't remember what the previous one was, but there was a difference because one had, I think it was Paladin mode. One had text in the, or had a border behind the text. The other one didn't. For Crimson Mode, the one that you get for winning is like full art, slightly different styling on the font, and a couple other minor things. The one they give out to second place Ultimate Cup winner has a border. It has a slightly different background and different font.
Man, they really want to differentiate. Hey, you were a second place. You was the first place. You were first loser, you know? So we're going to make sure your card is less cooler than the original winner was.
I mean, that's what it is, right?
So before you sent those photos, I actually had no idea that that's how they did that.
I didn't know either. I thought it was the same on both.
I didn't know either. And I was like, why? Like, why is there such a clear price disparity? Like, like it can't just be different printings, right? Like it has to be something different. So yeah, when I went into it, you could see all these minor differences, and I was like, okay,
Makes sense.
that does make sense.
So yeah, I don't know, it's weird, but as cool as the Ultimate Cup one is, and it is badass. Like I love the stained glass like look of it. The OG EX2 art is like $8 right now, and I think that art is cooler. So just
I do like that art a lot. I was going back and forth because I was debating
The
about
AA or the reg art for
the AA.
the AA. It's like $8, $10, something like that. I was looking at
He's very like holy
because
and
Varney sent it, and I was like, damn, that's crazy how the bordered fucking Ultimate Cup one honestly looks so bad.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't give the same feel. It's like, here's the winner one. Oh my goodness, holy wow, that's like amazing. And then you look at the bordered one, and the font's bigger. There's the difference in the bottom on like the level 7, the difference with the play cost and DigiCost bubble. It has the border which just cuts off like the entire thing of the image. And it's just like, oh yeah, I got this for doing well at the ultimate.
That bordered one is fucking hideous. I don't know.
No. Yeah, the alternate art is cool, and I'm gonna pick one up.
I've also always had like a strong disdain for how Bandai does their borders in their card games, and I know that they do it on purpose so that you want to like open more packs to get like the alt arts, because God, the borders are so fucking awful. I think I absolutely hate them, and every one of their card games I can't stand it. One Piece, I think their border's terrible. Gundam, I think their border. Gundam, I especially think their border is terrible. In Gundam, I think that is like one of the worst borders they've ever made. Digimon's bad. I don't like the borders in Dragon Ball either. I don't know. It's just like they do it so much that it stands out and bothers me. I don't know how to explain it. Like if I take
very critical.
I'm very critical of borders. Like if I take a Magic card or a Yu-Gi-Oh card, it's like I don't really care. I don't notice that there's like because it's just part of the card.
That's because your card text on a Yu-Gi-Oh card is like half the card, and so you have this dedicated.
It doesn't matter what the card text
art.
is. You don't know how to read if you play Yu-Gi-Oh anyways. So it doesn't matter how much room the card text takes up. But yeah, I don't know. It's just they do it on purpose. I know they do. They're just assholes about it.
Yeah, well, I may or may not have one of those coming. So, no,
this guy.
You know what? Now that I'm ranting about borders, I'm just gonna keep going at this point. You guys can't stop me. You know what else I've always fucking hated that they did is when like the early alt arts or even One Piece still does it. Even this many sets into One Piece, they keep the borders on their alt arts, and that makes me.
They don't do that anymore.
Yes, they fucking do.
Do they really? No.
Yeah, absolutely, they do.
Some of them do, not all. I don't think.
For One Piece, go to Emperor's in the New World and look at all their borders on their alt arts. The only ones that I don't think have borders are the SPs and the Wanted cards.
Yes, that's fair.
I know it's fair because I'm looking at them right now, and I'm angry about it. But anyways, yeah, that's just little pet peeves, little tidbits, you know.
And you know what the funniest part is? He's still gonna play Gundam, just like he still plays Digimon, and he still looks at One Piece.
Yeah.
He's an avid Bandai supporter. Hashtag Bandai will never sponsor us, but
yeah, I mean, I got greedy little fat fingers. I love pretty cards. I don't know what to say.
Anyway, so Varney, so what else you been doing lately as well, since besides moving?
Literally just moving. Well, not anymore. Now that I can actually refocus my attentions elsewhere, thank God. I guess there's been like 1,000 other things that happened within DGU space and DGU adjacent space. I guess this is the time where we introduce main phase. Question?
Hasn't Mike done anything recently either? Like, no? Just clarifying. That's all.
Mike went to England.
Yeah.
Mike, you done anything else? Still play Digimon? still got locals, or they
No,
died, right?
You gotta tell the story now.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We got things to talk about just besides, you know, straight to the main page. It's been a whole 2 months of stuff.
Go ahead,
Bro,
Mike.
I don't even-
Tell them why you've been
Mike?
thinking about quitting Digimon.
Yeah, so my locals no longer exists. Honestly, off of some of the crazy shit I've ever seen in my entire life, I literally have never seen a bunch of card store nerds fucking make a heist like this, bro. They hit a lick. I don't even know what the fuck to say. My mind was fucking blown. Let me read what these fuckers did. So my locals was called Gamers Oasis. So the owners of Gamer Oasis, Richard Moore and Michael Donovan, are involved in a whole slew of illegal activities. Lawsuits are in progress. They also own Nexus Services, which was just ordered to pay $811 million by the federal government for defrauding immigrants.
Yo, that's so wild.
Yeah, so
shit.
I don't have a locals anymore because
Oh my god.
that's just my luck. I don't know what to say. So I haven't played a physical card game in months. I just play I'll play webcam every once in a while, and I'm just sim only because I think the closest locals to me is an hour or something away, which isn't too bad, but when you work full time and you travel every other week like I do, and you have a girlfriend and a dog, it's hard to do stuff like that. I can't just leave my house for 5-6 hours at night and come home to play a card game.
I mean, you definitely can.
I mean, yeah,
You know?
I can. It's just
You just,
lose my relationship in my house.
no.
My
no,
dog
just
doesn't
bring her
love me
along.
anymore.
Just
I
bring her
also
along,
got
you
a
know?
dog. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I got a dog. I adopted a red healer. Her name's Evie. She's missing an eye, and she's a fucking menace.
Did you put an eye patch on her?
No, not yet.
You gotta put an eye patch and then give her one of those peg legs. She can be even.
A peg leg? What the
Do you know that little weasel fuck from Ice Age who's missing the eye? That's what she looks like. Just so you guys know.
Yo, he did not just say the weasel from Ice Age.
But no, honestly, she's a great dog. I love her a ton. Let's see if the camera will pick it up for you. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, so she's really cute.
Oh, shit.
Missing an eye. Yeah, she looks like that weasel from Ice Age. That's about it.
Yo,
What is it not that he's a one-eyed pirate weasel fuck from Ice Age? Is that not accurate? I don't understand.
but it's just funny as fuck.
One-eyed-
That was at all the comparisons you could have made. That was the comparison. Yeah.
Yeah, look, his name's Buckwild. If you if you Google Buckwild, that's what my
That's your dog
looks
right
like.
there.
Yeah.
Gotta go buck wild in this.
Yo, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, so anyways, I love her. She's a fucking absolute menace, and we're best friends. I think that's it.
Oh, man.
How about you, Dan? What has happened in your life?
Yeah, man. It's been a while. Been a long 2-3 months, wherever it's been since the last time we've been on pod. I think the last time on pod, I was debating on quitting for a while, right? That was a bad time right there. Not debating about quitting, but taking a break from the game because I needed it. I did take small breaks here and there. But I got to the point where things was it is what it is when it came to the card game. Let's just have fun with it and just try to bring back that joy for the game I had, which I did, and let things not get too frustrated about things that's uncontrollable in the card game and stuff like that. And so since then, I've been winning again. I've been doing pretty well in locals again. For anyone who doesn't know, I made a deck profile for it. But your boy did get 19th place and got his invite to Nats. With D Reapers out all decks, which was pretty cool. I had gone X2 with that deck on that regional. Unfortunately, I didn't have the greatest tiebreakers or whatever, and so that's the reason I got 19th. I could have been, I think it was like 10th place or something like that, because that was the highest X2 or something like that, which was pretty cool. So got my invite with that, which is pretty cool. What else? Digimon wise, yeah, we've just been playing a lot of games. Now we're practicing and testing for Nats. Last weekend,
play Gallon.
Oh, totally, yeah. Last Saturday, I had an OT Cup. I got 46th place with Purple Hybrid. I feel like I could have done better.
To make a deck profile for.
I refused to make a deck profile up because I didn't make, at least top 32. At least it has to be minimum top 32 for me to make a deck profile, because I don't like looking at other people make a deck profile and they're like, I got 50th place. Fuck out of here. Like, who cares?
People who are looking for a deck profile for a deck as special as yours.
As special as mine.
As special as yours.
I'm not going to go
have a disdain for that shit. Like, people are like, top 74th place.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not making
tribal deck. Yeah,
I'm not doing that for 46th place. Like, it's not bad record wise. I went X3. It was 9 rounds, so 6-3, which isn't too bad. I definitely feel like I could have been better than that. I've made small mistakes in those losses, but also had like hard bricks. So like, it is what it is with the games I lost. I might actually be playing again for this Saturday's OT Cup, and if I do well, like Varney wants, I will, do a deck profile. If I get like top 16 or even like within top 32 or something, I'll make a deck profile. I kind of low-key want to keep it wraps only because of the style of the deck, and I don't want like mad people to jump on it when it comes to Nats, especially if that's my Nats deck, which it could very well be. And so
it's definitely going to be at this point. I don't know why he said it could very well. He hasn't been playing anything else, but
no. I was waiting for the scrams from Millennium on to test that out. That's what I was really waiting for when it comes to that. It's really a toss up between that and then the style of Purple Hybrid I'm playing. And then honestly, I think it's just those two decks right now for me. Could I play something else as well? Sure. Oh, I know what the third idea. I joked around and said if 7th grade Demon Lords and Mirage are going to be running around like madmen because of the past like couple OT Cups and Nats, I was going to bring D Reaper because D Reaper is a hard counter for them. Well, like the chances of me like running into those consistently, you know what I'm saying? So I'd rather take a deck that I could probably have a good spread against than something like that may or may not verse purple decks, and may or may not verse Mirage, and may or may not verse Ancient Guru. Because that's the reason why, in my opinion, I did well against in that regional. Because I knew those were like some of the main decks that was popping off at that time. And D Reaper was a good counter against those decks. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, I moved as well. As you see, the background is different. I got a whole like portrait back there now. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah.
Good times.
Yeah,
Lots
good times.
I did not qualify for nationals because
you trash, garbage.
I've been MIA
Doo-doo.
the last 3 months, unfortunately. I would have tried, but like every weekend my shit wasn't set up, so I was just like, all right, fuck it, it's. And then Bandai did this thing where they announced a new card game project, and I sat there saying, "You dirty fucks! Why would you release a new card game?" Let me rephrase. They said it was a new. It was some project.
Yeah, they said it was a new card game project. I think
was it a card game project?
Yeah.
I was like, if y'all release another card game and it's not you doing something with your current card games, I'm gonna quit Digimon and I'm gonna boycott that. And then they came out and they announced the Gundam card game, and I said, all right, where do you want me to bend over? That's pretty much the words that came out my mouth. So I'm very heavily hyped for the Gundam card game. So is Mike. Even though Mike
I'm not
absolutely
playing the trash.
That's what he says. Let me tell you, guys want to know what his favorite alt art is? It's the Char Aznavour alt art. He loves it. He loves it.
Don't let him lie to you.
And if you guys don't
let him
know,
lie.
if you don't know what it looks like, go look it up. Just know that Mike loves it. It's his favorite art. He's angrily looking it up so that he can be even more upset.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he is. I'm sure it's up on his screen right now. And he's like so disappointed and so angry continuously.
I was so mad when whichever fuck linked that in our Digimon, in our Gundam fucking group chat for like the locals that I'm not even local to anymore. I was like, what the fuck kind of ugly shit is that? I was like, who the fuck made that? That should be a crime, first of all. Also, yeah, there's just a lot to be angry about there, so I'm just can't. I was so mad about it.
That's for a different podcast.
Wink, wink.
Wink. Not a different episode. A different
I was
podcast entirely.
I'm pretty excited to play that though. It looks fun to play. I like Gundam. I do
Like is such a fucking like. He does not like.
That's also a lie too.
This motherfucker
Barney out here lying on him about
Gundam.
favorite card. Now Mike's lying about liking Gundam. This man's obsessed with Gundam.
You know what Mike
So
likes?
gay.
Mike likes food. You know what Mike loves? Mike loves Naruto. I mean, Gundam.
For the record, just to set the record straight, I actually
Why would you
hate
do that?
Naruto.
Now we're gonna have to hear this tangent. I've
the
heard a
Dragon
million
Ball-
times.
If anyone would like to
Dragon Ball
challenge me,
plot is better than Naruto.
if anyone would like to challenge me that Naruto is written well or a good anime or really a good anything, we can have this conversation. It's fucking awful. Yeah, just, let's set the record straight right there. I am pretty excited
Let me
for
put like
Gundam
this:
card game.
for anyone who is going to do that, do me a huge favor. Please do me a huge favor. DM him because I don't want to read it in our Discord. Him talking about Naruto for the millionth time. I've heard the rants. I've read the rants. I've been in the arguments with him.
As a matter of fact, you
Over
should just
and
hit
over.
up Dan, and
No.
Dan can argue with you about it. Because that's how
No,
well.
absolutely not.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely not.
Dan can give you my entire argument for me.
Oh,
at
I
this
sure
point.
can. I
don't
fully
even
can.
have to.
Just Mike, just send me the screenshots. I'll do it for you because I know exactly what he's gonna say, word for word. For every single reaction, for every single action, there's a reaction, and I know what his reactions are going to be for every action you're going to say.
I've got a whole folder on my phone of Naruto screenshots. So I can
He
argue
really
with people
does.
about it.
He literally does. And I'm like, why the fuck do you have this? And he's like, you never know when you might need a screen cap of a,
Look,
of a
alright,
Naruto
so-
panel.
What happened was my disdain for Naruto as a whole grows yearly, and every once in a while I reread the entire thing so I can remember why I'm so
So he does
angry
it to
about it.
himself.
So I can remember why I get mad about it, and I take screenshots of what I read as I go. That way I can produce the evidence of why it sucks when I'm done. I'm basically just taking like cliff notes or spark notes or whatever on why it's bad. There you have it. I love Digimon.
He does. He likes Digimon. He loves Gundam.
I love Gundam a lot, yeah. I do. It is one of my favorite series of all time. I'm very excited for the card game. I'm hoping it does well. I'm not expecting it to have a long shelf life as a card game in the US. But I'm excited to play it anyways. I'm excited to just play it for fun and see where it goes.
I think the thing that, not that this is a Gundam podcast, but it's a Bandai property. So I'll just mention. The thing that makes me the most excited for Gundam is that it has a built-in multiplayer format. It's not community supported. It's like official game rule supported, which is pretty fucking cool. Because I don't know. I feel like it shows like that they actually cared about like listening to people and trying to foster not just like the competitive side, but also a like a casual side, which is pretty cool. If Mike was closer to us, it'd be awesome because we could all get together and play even a 3-player game, which is again pretty
Multi-way.
multi-way.
That's an inside joke for me and Mike.
These motherfuckers got inside jokes. We've been gone for 3 months. They got inside jokes. Y'all hear this shit? Anyway.
Hey, yo, Varn, you wasn't around in the trenches in Northampton and from like 2015 to like whenever it was we were in school together.
Too fucking long.
Y'all hear this shit? Y'all see what I gotta go through? Like I said, that's topics for another podcast, and I guess I'll use that as the segue into the other podcast and the other channel. So yeah, if you are part of the Discord, you already know we are. I guess the best way to put this is DigiGuard United is starting a new initiative called Phase TCG. Phase TCG aims to be the source for all card game news that we play. All right, I want to put that as a preface. We're not going to cover everything, but I play like 3 other card games. Mike plays Magic. Not that he'll do Magic content, but Mike plays Magic. He will be playing Gundam. Dan will be playing Illustrials with me. And so the idea, Dan also plays.
I play One Piece as well.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Does play.
Yeah, I do.
I'll be playing Gundam as well.
And Dan will also be playing Gundam. So just a lot of card games between all of us. And like, we've posted content on DGU about other card games, but it always just feels weird to me because like we're a Digimon channel, right? Like it's in our name, DigiGuard United. And it just felt weird to post non-Digimon content on the Digimon channel. So with Gundam coming out, I knew I was going to be heavy into it. Mike was going to be heavy into it. And we were like, yo, you want to like maybe potentially do some content, maybe start a podcast? And we were like, all right, cool, like let's do it. But we're not going to do it under the DGU umbrella. So we decided, we'd go with a very generic name, Phase TCG. We went with Phase because, well, what does every Bandai card game have?
I mean, every card game have.
Every card game has, but especially every Bandai. So yeah, we went with Phase TCG. It's a new YouTube channel. You can check out the link in the description. Go give it a follow. We'll be doing Illustrials, Grand Archive, Gundam card game. Did I say anything else? I feel like that was the big 3.
You slightly mentioned there may or may not be Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel content on there as
there
well.
might be Master Duel content.
Yeah, I'll play all the fucking jank garbage decks I can think of on Master Duel. I don't even give a shit. I live for it.
Side note though, Spyros is completely full power with Nightmare Goblin and Nightmare Mermaid back. Just saying.
So Dan is definitely going to, be putting y'all on the spice. Maybe I'll learn something about Yu-Gi-Oh!
There's nothing to learn for Yu-Gi-Oh! At this point.
Nah,
that game is bad.
Just go burr.
I can't
game
stop.
Is bad and
that's like that's like me smoking cigarettes. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore, but like every once in a while, I'm like, damn, it would be nice right now.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Players, they got a bad relationship with Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, it's a bad game. I mean, it's literally just like, all right, I just spent 10 minutes, did a 47,000 card combo, and then I passed my turn, and you have 2 options. You either somehow get through this or you lose immediately on your first turn of the game.
It's a game of chess, That's all it is.
It's not anything like chess. I don't even know, like, it really feels like, I mean, it is a very high skill game, but it also feels like it's probably the hardest card game to play. And also you have to be the luckiest person in the world.
Actually, no,
because
I think rephrase on that one. I think it's an easy game to play and understand, but it's the hardest skill to be skillful at. I think that's probably a better
skill ceiling.
Yeah.
Well, because like not only do you have to be really, really good to be good at Yu-Gi-Oh, because you have to know a gigantic card pool at this point.
Plus, how chains work and all that bullshit.
You also have to know. You have to try and guess what version of the deck your opponent is playing, because for any top deck, like if it's a deck if it's a good engine, then it's probably ran in 7 different decks at this point. So you have to guess what the deck is they're playing, with which engine they're playing, which cards you have to hand trap. So you just really high skill on that. But then you also have to be lucky because you only draw 5 cards. There's no mulligans. There's no take backs.
Yeah.
It's you either won this die roll or you fucking lost the game most times. And if you get a bad hand with no hand traps or you have no interaction with your opponent, you just might as well go to game 2. It's like, it's very unforgiving. So not only do you have to be really, 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 really good at Yu-Gi-Oh!, you also have to be really lucky. And those are 2 things I'm not good at. I'm not good at any card game, and I'm really unlucky.
I would also like, again, I'm not trying to be like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Defender or anything, but I will say I think they're trying to fix that, like turn 0, make the most unbreakable board ever, and then like watch you try to lose, because they banned a lot of those cards that were like Omni Negates. They banned Baron the Floor. They banned Borolo Dragon, not Borolo,
Savage.
Boro Savage, the one that has also an Omni Negate. They banned that. They banned a lot of those cards that were like super generic that like any deck can make, and like, all right, go first. You're gonna have a Baron, Boro Savage, and then whatever other like goddess, what's her name? The Link 4 that can like negate anything, basically any monster effect. They banned her, I believe now. Appaloosa, I think she's banned now. So they're trying to like, I think they're trying to do their job of fixing it, but then they just bring broken archetype that's just like, all right, it doesn't matter, you know. But I don't know. I don't play the actual TCG in real life. I just follow it a little, but I know they just announced another ban list that I thought was a pretty good ban list, and they brought back all of the dragons, the dragon rulers. All dragon rulers are released now, basically. So I'd be interested to see if they're gonna be relevant or not, because they were so ahead of their time, and by the time they were probably perfect for Yu-Gi-Oh!, they were still banned. So now that it's like way past their time, I wonder if they can like come back, or they're now considered slow. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. It's just crazy. I'm playing some jank. I'm playing like Dragon Roll Cash Tier or something. I don't know. I'm coming up with some garbage.
Yo, Gaygar and Cash. Yo, that shit is a fun ass deck.
Sorry, but enough Yu-Gi-Oh!
We digress. I guarantee we won't have a. I don't know what we'll do. Main phase leaves the door open for us to do anything that we want and not be confined by the doors of Digimon.
But because we are Digimon podcast, DigiGuard United will still be here. DigiGuard United is our main priority, and that's not going away. It's just going to be, part of the umbrella of main phase. But it's just a big thing right there.
We built our audience on Digimon. We are Digimon players. Mike, unfortunately, doesn't have a logo.
Yeah, because
I literally hit everyone up. I was like, should I just start a store down here? Because like I don't even know what to do anymore. Because I love card games so much, and this is the first time in my life that I don't have somewhere to play, and it feels weird. Like I have all these cards. I don't know if this will get cut into the frame, but I literally have a fucking 6 foot tall tower of cards decks of different card games. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 5 or 6 different card games all on that shelf behind me. And it's like weird. I got all this stuff now. And I don't know what to do with it. I mean, I could play webcam games, and that's why I don't like Magic. And I'm sure you've all heard me talk awful shit on Hasbro and all sorts of stuff. But Wizards of the Coast, unfortunately, has something called Spell Table, which makes it really easy for me to play online webcam matches with friends or with people around the world. And no other card game supports something like that, to my knowledge. So I've just been playing Magic, and I don't even like playing Magic, but at least I can play it. So that's been tough.
All that matters at times.
If for some strange reason someone listens to this that's like, hey, I think I live near Winchester, Virginia, and I have a locals that's only 30 minutes away in West Virginia or something, then please let me know, because I will drive like 30 minutes. I'll drive probably 40 minutes, but I feel like an hour and a half, it's just too far for me to try and make that. So it sucks, but it is what it is right now.
We're a Digimon channel at heart, and so we'll always be here that's why DigiGuard United, the channel, is still DigiGuard United. We have a separate channel for main phase. However, the Discord has changed. Discord is now main phase TCG because, first of all, in no world was I ever going to create Discord. Absolutely not. I hate Discord servers. I was not going to manage 2 Discord servers. We are going to have 1 Discord server. It's going to be Unity Discord server for main phase as a whole. Anytime we start a new project, it's going to be started under the main phase umbrella. So we are main phase TCG just as much as we are DigiGuard United, but we can't do away with DGU. DGU is the OG. So we're here to stay. And there will be weekly podcasts just as there was before. We will have not daily content, but frequent content. If we can get daily content, it'd be nice. But I don't want to hold us any. We will definitely put out content regularly. That is the goal. But we'll also be doing other stuff like Ready to Deploy, a Gundam card game podcast, hosted by the same 3 people here: me, Dan, and Mike. We're going to be doing that bi-weekly. Don't know when we're going to start, but definitely expect a Gundam card game specific podcast because, well, first of all, podcasts are fun, but also because Gundam, I mean, I'll preface it with anytime I can hop on a podcast about something, it's pretty cool. Like, I remember when Lorcana was starting and I was like, yo, Adrian, you want to start a podcast? We never did, but it would have been cool because there would have been a lot to learn about like Disney mythos and all that stuff. In the same vein, as Mike puts it, I am like 35 years behind on Gundam. So,
yeah.
I have.
You think Varney is the least knowledgeable person about Digimon, like outside of the card game? It's worse with Gundam. So much worse.
Yeah, I grew up in this, as a minority.
In a bubble.
As a minority in a bubble. To first generation as being the first generation. None of that shit flew. Toonami, good luck watching that. I like Gundam. I believe Seed was airing when I was a kid.
Seed would have been on Sci-Fi, I think, was what Seed was on.
So then Wing, maybe?
What was
Seed was later. It was when Sci-Fi was having that anime.
Sci-Fi had that weird anime phase.
Time.
Yeah. So Wing would have been what was on when we were kids.
Gundam Mobile
G Gundam
Mobile Suit Gundam Wing was on Toonami.
Yeah. Okay. G Gundam and Gundam Wing.
So and then I heard about like.
If y'all ever remember, after that, it was such a disappointment. I remember being so disappointed, but I ended up enjoying it anyways. SD Gundam. Because it was like legit mobile, wherever last Gundam it was. I think it was probably Gundam Wing. It ended, and then like they didn't even like announce SD Gundam was gonna be taking that spot. Immediately, like the next week, I remember watching. I'm just like, what the f is this? Why are we have kids? Why are these Gundams small and chibi looking? Why is this a thing? Like, and I'm just like, oh, this isn't too bad. That's pretty funny to watch,
Unfortunately, that was a period of time in which my TV watching was very. I couldn't watch fucking Simpsons.
I mean, well, they were saving you from The Simpsons.
That makes sense because that was technically a rated M show.
Sure.
Well, Tsunami, it wasn't. Yeah, I think it is.
I mean, it probably wasn't rated M.
They have whatever the TVMA is. Is that what it is? They have like that's considered like like Family Guy's TVMA, isn't it?
I don't actually know.
Yeah, see, but Family Guy was on Adult Swim. So like it always made sense to me as a kid. But I was like, come on, it's The Simpsons. They just put out the Simpson movie. I'm watching Homer walk a pig across the ceiling, sing the Spider Pig song, and I can't go watch the Simpsons movie.
That was pretty good. You missed out on that,
yeah. Yeah.
I saw that at a drive-in movie theater. It was a good time. Core memory right there, actually.
Cool.
Yeah. Must be nice. It's TV PG, Dan. I don't know if it was
back
then, but it's currently TV. I couldn't even watch it with parental guidance. They were like, no Simpsons for you. So yeah, I just didn't get to experience a lot of the things that I wanted to when I was a kid. That's why like I never watched Naruto. I watched Naruto here and there. I watched Naruto all 700 some episodes for the first time when I was 18. No, I was like,
don't even get me started. Just skip past this part. You even saying the episode count filled me with anger. I
watched the entire Dragon Ball series for the first time when I was like 20.
Finally, a
22.
good series.
Like, I binged the shit out of some of these series. I would have finished Bleach if I started it earlier, but I didn't start Bleach because I didn't know Thousand Year Blood War was coming out. And so I didn't watch it because I heard that like towards the end of Bleach anime, it was just dog shit. So I was just like, fuck it, it's a lost cause. And then they announced it, and I was like, fuck. Now I wish I watched it because now I gotta catch up. So, like, I'm making my way through everything I missed out on when I was a child. Starting with Gundam, I'm currently like,
And that's why this man
into MSG.
This is why this man buys so many cards and sells so many cards, because this man never had cards as a child and he's just deprived as a child.
I was telling E-Hero the other day, you know what the worst part is? If any of you have ever lived in Lehigh Valley, specifically in Allentown, you'll probably have heard of the Encounter. I lived all of 5 minutes from the Encounter. And I remember being a kid and looking up Yu-Gi-Oh! Official tournament shops and finding the Encounter. And I was like, Mom, Dad, look. Can I go play Yu-Gi-Oh! At the Encounter? And they were like, what the fuck? No, absolutely not.
They were like, those devil cards, you can't be watching.
No, they at least let me buy them. I was able to buy them, but I was never able to go anywhere and play with them. So I was just like, well, like, I like playing it at school with my friends during recess. Like, I can't go anywhere else afterwards and play with them. So my first actual foray into card games was Card Fight Vanguard, because shout out to my boy Miguel. In high school, he gave me a Card Fight deck. And Card Fight had an anime, so it was automatically cool because it had an anime just like Yu-Gi-Oh! And even though I still couldn't go to a fucking shop because the Encounter didn't support Card Fight, I was able to go by him a couple times and play some Card Fight. So that was nice. And fast forward, and that's why now I'm a big fucking card game. I play every card game I can get my grubby little fingers on. So, yeah. That's why main phase is coming back, I should say, because originally we were Varney's card layer. Then we went to DGU. Now we're back to Varney's unofficial card.
Sure. So Tilda Zay is a terrible last name, but that's neither here nor there.
You leave my early naming conventions alone. All right? We have learned a lot in the last, how the fuck long have we been doing this? 2 years?
2 years? 2-3 years?
Well, it's 2024. It's almost 2025. Card game came out in 2020. 3 years?
2.5, 3 years?
3 years?
Yeah, I've learned a lot in those years. Yeah. Learned a lot.
Yeah. What was the Twitch name? It was I know the MOM.
That's different though, because that was from my actual streaming days. I was streaming for a bit before I switched to card.
Yeah, and if you guys didn't know, Varney was also a world famous Beyblade.
Yeah, YouTuber. Yeah.
You know what? While we're on the topic of that, that's another thing that was like highly aggravating. I remember when Beyblade came out, because I didn't catch Plastic. Plastic was like right as I grew up, so to say. But I remember when Metal Fight came out, I was like, fuck, I have to be into this. So I was. I spent money on it. I had my parents spend money on it, and I started a YouTube channel. I did pretty damn well for a YouTube channel. And then I like there was this one point I was like, hey, I need to get these. And my mom was like, no. And I was like, no, you don't understand. Like, I actually need these. I can't put out content like if I can't get these. And she was like, no. And I was like, oh, okay. And that was the beginning of the end for my YouTube channel. So, yeah.
Yo, imagine if his mom was like supportive. This man could have been like a billionaire by now as a YouTuber or some shit.
Shout out to Beyblade Geeks. I remember when it was me, it was Beyblade Geeks. I don't fucking remember who the fuck else. Oh, Zankiai, he's a big one now. He was coming up back.
Wasn't Treasure Eyes something with it, right?
Treasure Eyes was the OG founder of the World Beyblade.
Yeah.
So.
You guys are fucking nerds.
Yeah, I'm a fucking nerd.
Not me.
Oh my god, Beyblade Geeks has 2 million subscribers.
Damn. Do they still put out content?
Popular. Yes, they do.
Oh, okay.
They're the best.
Damn, you was up
Beyblade
there
X
with
now?
that guy with 2 mil
I wasn't-
subs? Yo,
I
you could have
wasn't-
been on
I wasn't
balling.
up there, but I
Damn, how you
remember when
like-
they were doing content, and if I could have kept, you should look up Zankai because he was the one I was really looking at. I was like, this little kid is making content just like me.
How do you
Yo, we
spell
in there.
Zankai?
Dankeye, I think. To double check.
Isn't that F at the end? Because you said Zankeef.
No, Zankai.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
never mind.
Zankye. Zankai. Like Bankai. Yeah. Yeah, he's got 625,000 subscribers. I remember when I was making content, he was. It's like Adrian when Adrian was making Dragon Ball content with the likes of like, for any of you Dragon Ball fans, Crossworld TCG, UniX TCG, I don't know, The Lookout, some other ones. So, damn, they got Transformers and Beyblade. That's wild. Anyways, we are a Digimon card game podcast, and I told people to jump forward like 45 minutes to an hour, and we're about that point. So,
Let's talk about what we think about the card game right now, then.
the card game is fucking dead. Okay.
Wow, that was, depressing.
Mirage just won EU Nationals. It got like a whole bunch of tops. Mirage still isn't banned. Magna X is running around. We can't deal with Magna X. Gallant X is coming out. That's got more immunity on it. Purple is just running amok. Purple slop. Card game is dead. What is their thought?
Yeah. Hey,
That's such a bad take right there.
thankfully, only 5 of the top 16 was Mirage.
Only 5?
5.
Yeah, and then the other,
Mind you,
yeah.
that's like Mirage/Mirage Galaxy too.
but what won? Wasn't it 7 Great Demon Lords that won or something?
EU? EU Nationals?
No.
No, for our
no.
Ulti Cup, it was
Ulti
7
Oh,
Great
yeah,
Demon
our
Lords.
Ulti Cup was
The
a different
Nats, what was it? It starts with a U, the country they're in, or city, I should say. I'm sorry.
It's a German name. Utrecht.
Yeah, that
Utrecht.
one. That's the one that Mirage won.
It was banned at Card Game Fest, Germany. You might.
Yeah. No, but all jokes aside, that's not bad. That's why Varney's saying, "Oh, card game dead," nonsense, which people will be
So like,
always be saying. What do we really think about the card game situation right now? We haven't been talking about it in a minute.
I hate that like we've been on hiatus for so long because man,
There's been
I
a
was
lot
in the
of
fucking
stuff.
trenches
Yeah.
on the Facebook group for the last 3 months, and I've been going back and forth with some of y'all motherfuckers, and I've been like, damn, if only I had a platform where I could speak my thoughts. And now I don't remember half of the shit that I was arguing.
Yeah.
The general gist is that I don't know. Mirage, I mean, listen, the 3 of us here, we're not gonna look you in the eye and tell you that we don't think Mirage should be hit, because that motherfucker should have been taken out about a year.
I actually cannot believe that card still exists in this card game. I
Right.
am like so mind blown that it has survived this far.
Yeah, agreed.
It's
Mostly
called
because-
oh gosh,
Blue privilege?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
honestly, think about it. So I thought Blue Privilege was where Garurumon like going for as long as it did before it got hit. I thought that was Blue Privilege. This
Mirage
is
is hitting a
absurd.
year, I think it is, right?
Longer,
Or something like
longer.
that.
Bro, I still
Yeah.
lived in Philadelphia when BT11 Mirage came out, bro.
Yeah.
That was 5 moves ago for me.
I don't know why I was thinking BT13, but yeah,
Dude,
that
yeah.
Mirage
Well,
is a
because
BT11.
of
Yeah.
burst mode. That's
Yeah,
why.
because that's when it became relevant to the deck. Yeah.
Dude, that like we are for. I mean, dude, we're on BT20, bro. So what? That's
Yeah.
What, we get 3 main sets a year or something, right? 3-4 main sets.
We
a
will
year.
When BT11
We're on
came out,
S-
we hadn't gotten EX4 yet.
Yeah. So
Correct.
that's 2 years now. It's 2 years.
That is close to 13 sets
Yeah.
later.
That's fucking insane, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I honestly I can't believe Mirage is still around.
February 17, 2023 was BT11. So it's been
I'm,
a year.
and
now.
I am one of those people that's like, you shouldn't hit a card just because it's been around a long time. Blah, 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 blah. At
No,
this
it's
point,
not the card though. It's
I
the
am
deck.
just shocked. It is the card. Are you kidding me? It
It's
is
both
definitely-
Well, no, I mean,
it's the
yes,
card.
like I see what you mean, but like the card's been out for over a year and a half, but the deck has been. I mean, they hit the deck,
Yeah.
with the
what?
Mock Galgamon.
And the
Remember when they
Buka?
hit Mock? No,
Yeah.
Mock Galgamon, and they were like,
I
yeah.
know, but in Buka, because Buka, the reason why Buka was hit
And
because
also
Mirage.
Buka. Well, no, Buka was hit because of.
Don't do that.
Melga,
No,
wasn't
don't
it?
do that. No,
Buka
no, no,
was-
no.
I don't remember.
It was mainly because of Mirage.
Was it?
It was
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but like regardless, like I've never seen.
I think. Well, all
The
right,
only card I've seen skirt the ban list this long has been HPD.
All right, to Varney's point, actually, about Buko, I think that actually Melga may have also played into Buko.
No, Melga was playing it, but it was mainly Mirage though, because Mirage was like the first one to be going for Buka at that time, and then and Melga was doing it as well.
Yeah. Either way, it's just I can't believe that card is still.
I guess
there.
it was every blue deck. You could just put it down.
Yeah, just
If
like
you
that.
think about it, like from a design space, like all right, they hit Grandis, right? And I was shocked when they hit Grandis.
And Grandis was a post hit. It wasn't even like, oh, Grandis is relevant now.
No, yeah. They hit it because they were like, we don't like what this card can do going forward. We don't like that it limits
Correct.
our design, blah, 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 blah. And I was upset about it because I thought that Grandis was like, in all fairness, it's a pretty solitary deck. I understand that. But it was like, you build the stack and you're back, like blah, 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 blah. It was an OTK deck. And it was like the last remnants we had from those OTK decks from BT9. I think they also hit Melga that same
It was
right?
it was Melga the same time with the
same
promo.
time.
Yep.
So, I was always annoyed about that hit, which I understand people can say whatever they want about it now, and I get it. But Mirage is not only an OTK deck where you can just sit in the back and do nothing. It is also so oppressive
A toxic
to just be
control deck.
Yeah, it's just to have that card on your side of the field, and then you have to play around it as like when it's your turn again. Like let's say you survived the OTK somehow, and now it's your turn. You now have to play around it. Whereas Grandis, it was like if you somehow survived the Grandis turn, who the fuck cares about Grandis? Like you just do whatever the fuck you wanted at that point. Mirage
Especially with
an unfair card, honestly. But
especially when Mirage is a deck where it literally does not matter what your egg level 3, your level 4, level 5 is, and that deck can still pop off. It doesn't matter. There's many times where I've seen a Mirage player win with them hard playing a Zudomon and then going straight into a Mirage and just popping the
Never
F off
fails.
with it.
It
I-
And
never
it's the most
fails.
so
craziest
much.
thing because there's nothing you can do about it because it's like, Zudo, strip, bounce. Then you have Mirage either bounce something or you're bouncing to carry your hand. And then, swinging, whatever, and then
I need to
burst
interject real
mode pop
quick.
off more.
And I want to say, I'm going to come at every Mirage player's life with this statement. If you play Mirage, if you ever play against me, do not be apologetic. Don't be like, oh man, this is so crazy. Don't say, oh, I see why this is busted. Don't say, oh man, I top decked that card. Don't say, damn. If you say, I just want you to know, I'm not generally a salty player, but Mirage is so toxic to me. It's arguably, for me personally, not just for me, it's just as toxic as Bond of Friendship was, because it doesn't let you play the game. And to me, that's so annoying. Because I'm just like, I just want a body. I just want a chance. I need something, right? I need something. God forbid I play a trading boost to find the piece I need, right? And that's okay. All right, whatever. I can get over that because I'm a big boy. But then when the player follows it up with something that makes me feel like, oh, like, I'm sorry that I just did this to you. No, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You just won the game. Just take your win and go about your day. All right? I don't need any of the side comments. I don't need to hear any of it. I hate that shit. I know when I do that to somebody, I shut my fucking mouth. I don't say anything. I can feel the salt. It was like when I'm playing Magna and I put a Magna on field and then boom, like I got game next turn, I don't say anything. Not, oh man, couldn't find your pieces. Shut the fuck up. Like, I can see so aggravated.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely that asshole that will talk that shit. Yeah.
You would be. I'm not. Don't do that to me.
I used to love, I mean, like, I loved playing like any of the control decks like in this game and just being like, no, just swing security, you're fine. It's okay. Just do it. It's fine. Just swing. It's okay. Just do it. Yeah, I don't know. I think Mirage is just bad for the game at this point.
It's not even, okay, so here's the problem, right? It's not even just Mirage at this point. It's blue. So people talk about purple slop, but what about blue slop? Because Mirage is literally blue slop. You don't even need to play. Like, I got killed by Mirage with my opponent never have done a burst mode play because they now have access to Huang Kun and
both
all this
Huang
other
Kuns,
stuff.
technically.
Both Huang
Kuns. So they get can't be redirected inheritable. Tuck another
If they
Digimon underneath to unsuspend inheritable. While they control your hand size by bouncing everything back to your hand and adding cards to your hand. While making it so that if you put anything on board, you can't do anything with it because they most likely play Hexablow as well.
Yeah, they play Hexablow. Yeah,
it's just
crazy. I was bitching about it to Dan the other month where I was like, I think the state of the game just kind of sucks right now. Like, because it really just feels like a game right now where it's like, okay, not that it's getting like Yu-Gi-Oh-esque, it's not there yet, but it's like, it's really like, okay, I just built my stack and I did everything I did. Have fun. Like, you can try and do what you want, try and remove this, but if you don't, like, you just have fun. I don't know, it's very weird. It's not, and I think it's just how the game has progressed naturally through power creep over the years.
Yeah.
But like, man, the memory gauge used to mean something. You know, like choking your opponent to 1 used to mean something. Like,
now it's like, damn, I choke them to 1 and I hope that they don't have it.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm an Imperial player, so I guess it's hypocritical for me to talk like this, right? But like, yeah, you put me to 1, and when I play Imperial, I'm probably going to 5. Like,
you put me to 1, and I'm still gonna end on.
I'm going to 5, and there's somehow a Pile on board now. Like, I just
and a projector, because why not?
Yeah, and a progenitor. Like, I don't know. It's just a weird. The game's just weird right now. I don't know. That doesn't mean that it's like
it's bad.
I don't know.
So, weird. I mean, me personally, like, power creep is a natural part of the game, and I know many people have like their thoughts on how they think power creep should go, but let's look at it in this light, right? We are going on year 5 of the Digimon card game, because this card game came out in 2020 for Japan. We are going on year 5. What else can you expect to happen in the span of 5 years? Like, I don't, I'll preface with, obviously this is like my first major card game, so I don't know like how Yu-Gi-Oh progressed and how Pokemon progressed and yada yada yada. Like, what else can you do to keep players interested over a 5-year span? If the game was slower, would people have still played the game, or would they have quit? If people are quitting now because, oh, the game has gotten too fast, would people have quit back then because, oh, the game is slow and it's not progressing? Like, I just feel like we're playing the same cards every set. Nothing is doing anything different. Like, it goes hand in hand. You just can't please it.
I think a better way to look at it is let's look at this last Ultimate Cup, and then I'll let Dan talk. How many decks, not even just Mirage, how many decks were blue?
Blue adjacent, we got 1,
blue in general.
2,
Mirage,
3.
Let's say this last Ultimate Cup. Mirage had 5 tops.
Imperial, right?
Magna had 3 tops. Imperial had 1. That is 9 decks that were blue colored, right? I guess you could say Magna's yellow, but like it's not.
Nah, it's blue. That motherfucker.
You know,
like, today's Magna is usually.
I was just saying
blue armors.
There's yellow one or whatever, right? They're still going to run. I think that deck ran Heaven's Judgment or something stupid, right? So
yeah.
But it's a blue.
What
deck,
the deck
right?
does is blue.
That's 9 decks that are blue. And I just feel like the representation of good decks in other colors at this point is like honestly disappointing. I feel like has there ever even been a meta in this game where blue wasn't good? like let's
Absolutely not.
I play blue a lot, like, but at this point I'm kind of just tired of it. Like, let's really think about it. Like, wouldn't it be nice to see like an actual unique black deck be like a top deck in the format? That's not Alphamon, right? Let's take out Alphamon, which like
that was unique.
That's the only time
That's the only
time I can think of a black
tier 1 black deck, I think,
ever,
besides
right?
Black or Greymon.
Yeah, and Black or Gray was red base always.
Yeah.
So like I can't even call Black or Gray a black deck. It was red. It was so it's like, damn, like wouldn't it be nice to see like a unique black deck? Or even Machine Demon, oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, like even green, like
or red or green deck now, because there's only like one of each that's relevant.
A green would be nice, and wouldn't it be nice to see a green deck that doesn't just do like worse suspending stuff at this point? Like, I just want a unique green deck. Like, and this is like a knock to the blue decks too, because okay, Mirage. What does Mirage do? It builds a stack, gains a bunch of memory, OTKs. What does Imperial do? Gains a bunch of memory, OTKs you, does some weird control shit, stuns the board, blah blah blah. What does Magnamon do? Magnamon builds a stupid fucking stack that you can't kill or interact with. It can OTK you, but most times it's just there to sit on the board and fucking tell you to go fuck yourself. I don't know. Like, I'm just so over the playstyle of these decks, and I wish they would move away.
You know what's
from
the common denominator of all this, right? His name is Vmon. That guy needs to go.
Yeah, dude. At this point, I might be with you. I just like
gotta bring back the all four. Oh no, that's Bluetooth.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
When the original first couple sets, right? Like, okay, like we pigeonhole black into this weird blocker archetype thing.
Yeah,
we made green this whole
very defensive color.
Yeah, we made green this whole like suspend your board thing, and then we made red the very
originally
aggro.
Like green was like the fast version, because remember that they were like the first
Digisorption,
one cost evos, two cost evos, and Digisorption and all that stuff.
But now the best decks do it all super cheap, so it makes green irrelevant.
Correct.
And then every blue deck, what does every blue deck do now? Suspends your shit. Suspends your opponent's board.
Bounce your shit.
They can't, like, it's just annoying. Or it'll bounce your opponent's board, whatever. So it's just like, why would you ever play a green deck when blue just does what a green deck should do, but better? Red, early red, very like aggro, like you got the security attack, blah blah blah. I think every deck has like security attacks. So like blue has access to security attack. Blue has that, and let's be honest, unsuspending was always better than security attack. There is never a world where I think a security attack was better than unsuspending. Like, if you got to unsuspend, not only could you attack security more than once if you wanted, you could clear the board. Like, just from the start, it was always a fucking crapshoot. Purple has always done weird purple stuff. And hilariously enough, I think purple has always been the most unique color, because purple has barely ever had an actual purple deck, and it's always just been a cobble of good purple cards that like you just slammed together. Until recently, like 7 Great Demon Lords is probably the most purple deck. Well, no, because purple
purplest archetype.
Beals eventually came, yeah. So what we're gonna say? Beals, 7 Great Demon Lords, and purple hybrid.
But they all do like ignorant shit. So like,
but before Beals, which was how long was Beals? I mean, to get good, it was
BT12,
maybe like
BT12 for Beals to get good. Yeah, so everything before Beals was literally just cobbles of bullshit that you played in purple. Yeah. Like, I don't know, the card game's just weird right now. And it's kind of funny because I remember being on the pod talking about like how this game works typically is it and Digimon is like they pigeonhole you into these archetypes where you use like, Agumon goes into Greymon, Greymon goes into Metal Greymon, blah blah blah.
Yep.
And now we're seeing decks that like Mirage, for example, which really is just a crapshoot of blue cards shoved into a deck now, and it's like, what the fuck is even going on anymore? Sometimes, it's just weird. It's a weird scheme.
Yeah, literally, Mirage's bottom end is a mix of Gomon, Galmon, Biomon,
Madoki Betamon, Syakomon,
Otamon now.
Mirage
like,
doesn't like playing Galgamon cards. Mirage is like my line.
There's like one Galmon they play, which is the one that it lets both players draw basically now. That's the guaranteed
Because
one.
they can
Everything
do
else
that
is a crapshoot.
Dumb motherfucker off of Huang Kun one.
Yeah, exactly. Add cards to your opponent's hand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Digivolve, make you draw a card, then I'm gonna Digivolve, play this, make you draw another card, then I'm gonna Digivolve and make you draw another card. Oh, you got 12 cards in hand? Man, shut the fuck up.
It is just interesting, and I kind of just miss having more unique decks. Like, Hunters is one of my favorite decks, obviously, ever. And I thought that always had a really unique style of play, where your boss monster was a level 5, and you played Tamers to tuck your opponent's Digimon and stuff, essentially, with your boss monster, right? But I like that it wasn't one color, it was a bunch of colors together, and it was just a unique deck in that way, right? Like how it played. And I feel like we kind of like don't have too much of that anymore. There are unique decks, but I feel like none of them are meta relevant anymore. So it's interesting. I don't know. I'm looking forward to the future, but I will let Dan talk now.
So I'm on the opposite side of the game of your thought process.
Yeah.
On like where decks are, because I think because like I've been so heavily been playing a lot more recently, not recently, but more in general, because I still go to locals and whatnot, and I think I see a lot more. I see the highs of like the super like competitive side, and I also see like the more casual local side, because like our locals just crapshoot mix of that, and so. But also, I've been playing a lot of like competitive Digimon in general as well, because I've been playing regionals, ulti cups, yada yada yada. And then like I'm seeing the top list, right? We have Mirage, right? Mirage is still around, but people are like complaining about one or two decks. But when you see the spread since Newmon got hit, right? People were complaining it was only gonna be like a 2-deck thing. Since Newmon's got hit, we've had a crap ton of decks topping, a variety of different decks, and I think that's also good and bad in a sense. Yes. And so because like, one, you don't know what the hell you're gonna be matching up against. 2, there's so many decks I think now that people forget, because like you see people are complaining about so much of like 2-3 decks, right? That people don't like forget that like people are already forgetting Ancient Guru is a fucking busted deck, low key. People are already forgetting that, even though it got hit, it's still topping, right? You say Magna got hit, right? And it's still doing things as Magna armors, and I don't even think people don't complain about Magna as much because of like what everything's going on, but Magna is still a very strong deck, right? What else, right?
Boss monster.
I did
right. As long as you have that, and you said, and right, we talked about green. There's still one green deck that still pops up. Like we don't see like top every single like tournament, but Tyrant is still a really good deck.
Yeah, and
absolutely. Like people, there's decks that just can't deal with Tyrant and is GG the moment you see it, right? There's another deck that like we haven't talked about, and you talking about like there's not that many different decks, but Omnimon is a deck that's always topping. Like people don't give it credit for credit is due. The Omnimon dot deck is a deck that like the last since this came out, basically at least one is in the top 16.
It's
Guaranteed
really
almost,
at most
right?
one, but like if you were to take an average, and the average number would be like 0.9 tops because it's
Probably.
that consistent.
Probably,
no
yeah.
One top. It's so wide.
I think
And we have a shit ton of decks, and then like now with 2.0 coming out, 2.0 came out, right? We have a lot more. I think a lot more decks that are more competitive. Like if people really took the time and learned different things, you see more decks top. We just saw a Galacticmon top. I guarantee that man Leechy was playtesting the shit out of Galactic to figure out the best ratios for him. Because if I played that deck, I would not play it the way he had it with certain ratios. But that's a him thing, and he's always go to when it comes to that.
Shout out to the OG, the Black King Leechy.
For sure, right?
With any black deck, it's absolutely insane.
Yo, talk about me real quick. Shout out to me for doing D Reaper during that time frame when people thought that D Reaper couldn't be a deck that could top. How did it top? Well, one, you have a variety of decks with Leviathan, I can't think of the 7 Great Demon Lords, Mirage, Ancient Guru. You have all these decks that do certain things that are very similar that D Reaper was a really good counter to, and that's why I was able, in my opinion, top the deck. With cards with Shoto and the fake Jerry, that just makes the deck so much faster and better, and people just didn't like think about that. You know how many times where I played against like an Ancient Guru player, they're like, oh shit, I never thought I would see D Reaper. Of course you didn't, because you didn't take the time to learn what the deck is, or take the time to learn what else could be played in this meta. And the same thing with now, right? You have so many more decks that's versatile. It's just people gravitate to what's considered the top decks of the format, and then that's it, right? And I think that's the issue, because we see a lot of the main top players top with those decks. And then to me, the most cancerous deck right now, like we're talking about Mirage, I think Mirage Galaxy is worse than regular Mirage, because Mirage Galaxy is legit a deck that's just like, I'm going to make free memory just because I can. And then really also Evo, and then also Evo for reductions of like 2 for no effing reason. Oh my God, I can't search my Mirage, but you're going to draw into it because you draw a shit ton anyways. And you're talking about a crap, like, a blue pile. That's basically a blue pile with a small little red engine in it, because their top end is legit goes Mirage. Anything from Mirage, Ryugamon, Hexablau, Apollo, and Ancient Guru sometimes is their top end. And then they also have IPM. So like going to IPM for free is the most dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. I seen someone do it twice, and I'm just like, that is not something that's okay at all to be doing in a card.
Yep.
To me, that needs to get touched up for anything.
I think my main problem,
what else?
And that I agree with you, is that there's a lot of different decks to play, but my issue is I don't think that these decks play all that differently, is what I guess I meant by my giant rant. Is we have all these decks to play, but none of them feel wholly unique to me. Some do, like Purple Hybrid's a really cool deck. I think that's a really unique deck to play, right? But a lot of these blue decks just play the fucking exact same to me. It's really boring. I don't know. I guess that was my main point. Is like we have a bunch of decks, but none of them feel different to play sometimes. Does that make more sense?
No, for sure. I get what you're saying. I mean, if you take Lord Nightmon versus like, I don't know, let's see, I was gonna say Mirage, like Galaxy Mirage or something, like what they both do. They both get to a big body and they spit out bodies and then just swing unnecessarily. You know what I'm saying? Like same thing with like Levia versus Lord Nightmon is basically this identical deck in the sense of like you're gonna get to that body, swing a big body and deal with the board by blowing shit up or whatever, right? Like there's a lot of similarities between a lot of top decks, but that's usually in all card games, right? If you think about it, if you look at a lot of like different metas of different card games, you will see their top 3-4 decks are usually very similar in what they can possibly do at times. I don't think that's any different for Digimon. I think people just see they see Mirage, Magna, and Imperial, and then cry about the rest, and then cry about the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's something that's happening. And even in 2.0, because we got a mix of, you know, was it 18 and half of 19?
Yeah.
We got a variety of cards and decks that, you know, JP might not have seen at that time because they didn't have the full decks. Like I think Millennium Mon is a very competitive deck if someone wants to, you know, pop off with it. That may not be me for that. Who knows? We'll see. But like, you know, you have Purple Hybrid as a deck that I've seen already like 3-4 different iterations of it. We have Red Hybrid now. Red Hybrid is like that's my only complaint is like red decks. There's only like arguably 2 decks right now, which is Red Hybrid and whatever version of Red Hybrid. I think is no matter what version, it's still a solid deck regardless. And then like occasional birds, because we see birds top here and there, and that's really about it. Like there's no Greymons anymore just because the Greymon deck is so like out of I was gonna say out of shape, but like you know, it's not like it's so behind in what it can do. You have to have the perfect hand, the perfect setup for you to pop off, and sometimes you just can't get that in this game. What else has red? Galamon is dog shit still, regardless of what anyone thinks. Like even it won't be good until we get Gallon X, in my opinion.
Wouldn't be a pod unless we got the chance to shit on
Yeah,
Gallon
right.
as soon as possible.
What else? There's really not much going on for red, and I feel like red needs that extra help because Millennium Mon is half red, but it's still a purple deck.
We need Greymon to make a comeback ASAP.
100%, we really do.
World Convergence, baby, BT21.
And then like, you know, Omnimon is half red, but like, is it really like a red deck? It's really just this combination of red and blue that equals white, right?
It's an off-color white deck. Yeah.
I think Omnimon is one of those unique decks I'm talking about.
Oh, 100% is unique.
That's a unique playstyle. Like that's what I wish I could see more of sometimes. And I understand though, it's tough. Like you can't always have the unique decks be the best decks in the game because sometimes with the best deck in the game is just a simple pile of good cards.
Simple.
Yeah. So you can't always just have unique be the best. But
I will say
sometimes I just wish that decks that were more challenging to play were better.
I will say I think there are like 2 really big factors for us heading to the new year. That is why I say to anybody who feels any type of way about the Digimon card game, honestly, I hate to say it this way, but like you got to give the game a year. You have to give it until the end of 2025 going. And the reason I say it like that is because we just had the unification stream. So they announced the roadmap for competitive play. They announced what the release schedule for all the sets are. We're supposed to be getting 3 major sets next year and 3 sides. Well, sorry, let me rephrase. 3 side sets, and then like 3 to 4 main sets because we're going to get RSB 2.5, but then we're going to get BT21, 2, and 3. Then I think BT24 is next year, like February or something. But like, let's just look at like in the cycle of a year span, we're going to get 4 major sets and 3 side sets. And with unification comes the idea that it's a fucking free-for-all. I mean, I remember when BT15 came around, we had that fucking rager of a ban list, and we all sat here, 3 of us, we were like, what the hell is going to happen with this meta? And that meta was a Wild West. Leviamon, best deck in format. And then all of a sudden, Nuamon. And then all of a sudden, Leviamon's making a comeback. But wait, none of these decks are top anymore. Like, it was an up and down of roller coasters because nobody knew anything. It was a completely new format. So with World Convergence coming in April, Mike, this is why I say you have to give it a year. Is you have to wait till April when Convergence happens, and then 6 months after, but 6 months after it's October, right? We're all going to be playing the same game. We're all going to be experiencing new cards. We're going to get them. We're going to see them at the same time. And then a month later, we're going to have those cards, right? And couple that with Liberator, like the freaking rock deck. What the hell is it called? Pyramidimon. That shit cool.
Yeah.
That shit's cool.
Yeah.
I think that can do some big things.
EXA got some cool things coming out for a lot of people. I think that are going to really like that set.
Yeah, and it's not
Something
like
different for everyone. Let me play like that.
Those decks aren't gonna come out and be the top necessarily, right? Like I don't expect Pyramidi to come out in English and then, oh look, Pyramidi got a top. But by virtue of being a Liberator set, a Liberator deck, it is going to get future support. Like Musketeers. We were talking about it in chat the other day. And yeah, sure, Musketeers isn't confirmed to have more support because Alice is supposed to get her trump card. We don't know, that could be played in Musketeers. It might not be played in Musketeers. But Musketeers came out as a Liberator deck for Alice. By virtue of that, Bandai can throw us a bone and say, here's a promo. Here's this random card in the set that is for your deck. I mean, look at Galacticmon. Fucking Leechy just topped with that, playing 3 new cards, which you would think don't do much because it's just a Tamer, a Rookie, and a Champion. But those cards make the deck
do everything for that deck now.
Better.
Yeah.
So like, that's all it, like, there's so much to look forward to heading into the new year. The bigger thing that we have to sit here and question is, the fuck is this ban list gonna look like? We know we're gonna get hit with the ban list. It happens after every Nationals. The question is, what will the ban list be? I remember the outrage that was the ban list post Nats. That was just the Greymon X limit. When we were sitting there like, where's Grandis? Where's all these other
Where's
decks?
the Melga hits?
Where's the Melga hits? And then there was last year when they came out and they started dusting it up. In fact, no, they dusted it up before, right? Because we knew Anubis was going to be hit, didn't we?
I don't remember.
I think so. I feel like we knew Anubis was going to be hit prior to going into Nats, and obviously, like, still went to Nats, and it did well because busted card is busted card. But like this year, there's so many variables. New English card game producer. I think that's something that not enough people think about. The unification comboed with the fact that there is a new English card game producer, there is one person that has to sit ahead of the entire card game at unification. We don't know who that person is. All we know is that there's a separate Japanese, Chinese, and English card game producer. But who's going to be calling all the big shots? What's going to happen with all of our tournaments? We know that we have Nationals 1, Nationals 2. Are we going to have store championships? We might. It might be considered part of those regional waves, but we don't know. There are so many variables.
I don't know.
But there's only positives to look forward to, that you just got to give it some time.
All I know is that if they don't start fixing the mistranslation errors, I'm just going to start playing cards as they read and people are going to be mad.
Bro,
I'm going to tell Bandai to hold this, bro.
To this day, it's like, really? I hope come unification, like, we got somebody who's like a permanent English to Japanese or Japanese to English translator, because some of these translation errors be like, how in 2025 with AI are we still doing this?
I don't know. I think you answered your own question, probably because of the AI. They're probably putting that shit right into ChatGPT and asking it to translate the card to English.
This is a fair point.
And it's doing a terrible job.
Yeah.
To Dan's earlier point about like the variety of decks, I think, yeah, we do definitely have a good variety of decks that can be played. And I think there's a lot of unexplored rogue and off-meta picks that can be played as well. But, in any card game, there are 2 things that are true. Number 1, players will always play what is best. That is no doubt. When you're playing for stakes, whether it's money, invites, etc., players are going to play what's best. And you can't put that past the player. You can't blame somebody for playing what's good. But number 2,
but I can shame them for it.
Yes, we can shame. We can shame.
Yeah.
Number 2, more importantly, no, you got me off track. Like, I don't even know what I was gonna fucking say. Fuck you. There are 2 things that are true. Number 1, players are always gonna play that.
Sometimes the best decks just always happen to be blue.
Oh, yes.
They're
That's
also
what I was
the
gonna say.
easiest to always play, and they also always have multiple different versions, and they also always do the same thing every single set, and then they always hit the card, and they always just print a new version of it that's worse.
I mean, that's true, but no.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say is, we're always going to have. These are the best X decks of the format. Whether it's 3 decks, whether it's 5, 7, 10, it doesn't matter. These are the best X decks of the format. You can arguably say right now that we have the best 5 decks of the format. You can call it Mirage, Imperial, Takami Kazuchi, Purple Hybrid variants, and Lord Knight. Okay, 6, because Magnax is up there as well. Like, those are the 6 best decks of the format. And yeah, like, to some, that's not enough variety. But in a competitive setting,
that's pretty good.
I think that I think that like six decks is pretty good. I think actually also 7 Demon Lords is actually also topping pretty,
so 7
pretty heavily. There's actually, we have a pretty like I said, there's actually a lot of decks to play. It's just I don't think that they all play that differently.
Right.
So
right.
To me, while like it says there's like 7 or 8 decks that are topping consistently, I think that like 4 of those, maybe 3 of those decks actually play
3 to 4
different.
do the same thing. Yeah.
And then everything else just does the exact same thing. They just
like
have
Imperial
a different name.
and Mirage, for example. Sure,
Yeah.
Imperial isn't Mirage. They don't punish you for drawing a card. But they don't need to. Your security is gone. And then if you try to attack, your stack is gone.
I really just like, I know that it's like a mechanic of the game to like unsuspend and swing, unsuspend and swing, but like, isn't one deck that does that enough? Like, why are there 4 or 5 that do it? Like, it just annoys me. Like, it's like you guys couldn't think of something else for a deck to do. Like,
it's just like the OTK format of BT9. It was like, oh, cool. Alphamon's gonna OTK you by putting the memory gauge to 6, but then it's going to rewind time. It's not, they weren't even putting you to 6. You were getting put to like 2. And then they're going to rewind time back to 5. Swing sec +1, swing sec +1. Okay, GG. Grandis was, all right, cool. Your stack gone, piercing. Swing unsuspend, and maybe swing for game. Dumb fucking blue dog Melda.
It was swing and then unsuspend swing.
Right, because it just had a massive amount of checks. Dumb blue dog Melga was swing unsuspend, swing unsuspend, swing unsuspend, swing unsuspend. Yeah. Bounce, swing unsuspend, omni for game.
Bounce. Yeah, War Gray was.
And then War Gray came out, 5 checks, 1 swing,
omni for game. Like it was all swing, unsuspend in some way, swing again for game. And we're kind of seeing a little bit of the same now, not exactly the same. Because there's a little bit of variation in the ways that they do it, but like they do it in a more oppressive way because everything is just Imperial stuns, and then they have an entire defensive mechanic that the deck didn't. They also have Hexablow.
Yeah, I actually cannot believe that they printed Progenitor.
Progenitor with aces.
That shit's crazy.
It's Progenitor with aces. Like you get one or the other. You can have Progenitor or you can have aces. They had aces. You didn't need Progenitor and Particular.
Yeah, honestly, the card's fucking insane. I don't know. Sometimes this game is just like, come on, man. I also, I don't know, probably different, maybe a topic for next pod, but my disdain for just how people play this game is growing, I think, with some of the decks. And it's just like, I don't know anymore. You're all sneaky little bitches.
Okay.
And so with that, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna call it a day.
My disdain is still fucking Fenrir regardless. I don't really care if that's not even the best deck. I still hate seeing that dog.
So give you that
stupid ass dog.
I guess so that's a great example, Dan. Like, why the fuck? Like, I understand power creep, blah 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 blah. Fenrir is literally Alphamon.
Modern Alphamon.
But I just don't fucking like why. Like, I don't know. Something.
I'm gonna play this, put you to 10 memory. But
I still like. I swear to God, like if I'm playing against it, right? Like I've beaten. Don't get me wrong, especially in the D Reaper run, I had like the most craziest comeback against them. Yada yada yada. Like I've beaten Fenrir. It's not the issue. My issue is just seeing them do the combo, and it's just like, Why are you allowed to just Evo because of Balmon? Not once per turn with that effect. Trash a card, Evo. Trash a card again, Evo again.
Okay.
Keep going up.
That
you
is
play
so
the stupid
fair.
Fenrir. Put them to put your opponent to 7. It's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna have a bunch of memory. Was it Kazuchimon in trash? Yep. All right, we're going to DNA because Takemichi Noko is in trash as well. You bring it back. You bring it back to 3. You're always going to gain the 1 stupid memory to put yourself at 2. Instead, keep your turn. Mind you, you're also at neg 16 because why does it need to be neg 16? All right, cool, whatever. Now here's what gets better. Here's what gets better.
16
They play a body out. They play a body out too, I believe, as well. If I'm mistaken, or is there's already just a body there? I forget at the moment. They swing. All right, cool. You know, you get your alliance shenanigans. All right, cool. It's not just that. You trash both security. Why is trashing the security a thing for this deck? Why do you need to trash the security for? Why are you OG Maximum Bomb crap? Because you can unsuspend and then do it again and trash more security. And you do, like, why? Why is that a thing? So the moment that you're at 4, you're in death range. It don't matter what the fuck you're in.
It's called protag power. You know,
it's the most dumbest shit ever.
I do have
because
to say,
if they can't kill you for a dumbass reason, they didn't kill you when they do that. You better have the instant out for that stupid dog, because if not, you're just effed regardless. Like, it's just the most craziest thing ever.
First of all,
it's so crazy. I don't even care that you need to draw all your pieces and you need to like trash it and all that bullshit you have to do for the setup. God forbid they see it turn 2 as GG's. Like, it's just the most dumbest shit ever.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but it's not just a stupid dog. It's a dog with a sword in its mouth, and there's no so.
And it's still the dumbass dog because it's still a dog regardless. Like,
it's a wolf, sir.
Yeah, it's a wolf with.
What's a wolf? A wolf is a dog. All right.
I do have to say though, that Balmon is actually just such a stupid. Why? I don't know. Sometimes Bandai does things, and I'm just like, I fucking.
There's just certain cards. There's certain cards in the
certain thing.
There's certain cards in the card game for this game. Like, as much as I enjoy playing the game and I enjoy what I just said like prior, when I say I think it's not in a bad spot, I just think it's just, you know, people just see the crazy bad decks, not bad, but like, you know, the super strong decks, and that's it. But there's cards in this game where it's just like, bro, why is this like a thing? Like, I think Balmon is one of those cards where it was just like, you trying to stop.
PTSD.
Balmon to me is one of those cards where it's just like, why didn't this have a once per turn, a hard once per turn clause on it? Like, to me, that's a card that should have been, because like,
I remember the first time I played against Fenrir back in BT14 when it first came out. I was
the original version. I hate the original version too.
I was still playing Hunters, and I was playing someone who obviously did not know what they were doing with the deck. And I was like, this is so winnable. Like, I'm winning. Like, Hunters is still good. Like, you can't tell me nothing. Like, I'm gonna talk my shit. And I still got like OTK'd on like turn 3, and he had like the dumbest part, and he had like absolutely no idea what was happening. Like, he didn't even know what his cards did, but Balmon not being once per turn is so stupid.
I'm gonna delete your Digimon.
Two on suspend. Oh my God. 3 on suspense for that deck. Like, why is this a blue deck for? You know what I'm saying? You know, like, with second attack +1 because you have alliance. Like,
I've identified
Jesus Christ.
Fenrir was literally just buff. That's why. That's
yeah.
It's just purple buff
for sure.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like, especially OG, like, obviously they don't play in like the Taki version, but like the OG had the DNA stuff. So you go like, you know, at probably the prime version with the Dino B, that's 2 extra swings. So it's like you can do 7 checks in 1 turn, whatever the bullshit is. It's just like, bro, why? Why is this a thing?
Fuck, bro. Even the OG Chimeramon. Fuck. You're telling me I got outed by the card you couldn't search in your deck, you fucking scumbag? Fuck you.
But I'm saying Dino B was even a better version because you could swing the Dino B and then you play a body and that has rush too. That's what I'm saying. Like, that was like the best version of it.
Bags.
But that's something that I think that needs to get hit. The Mirage as well.
I think it needs to get hit.
Galaxy.
I don't Galaxy know if Takamika needs to get hit.
No, but Balmon for sure.
I don't know. I mean, I hate that card.
Dumbass egg.
That's
needs
a
to
card
go.
that I think is bad for card game design, but I don't know if it needs to get hit right now.
You say it's bad for card game design, but like they very clearly intended for this deck to do exactly.
First of all, Bandai itself are bad for card game design. Let's just fucking say it how it is.
Yeah. We're going to wrap it up there and call it a day. My parting words is, if you're a Mirage player, play your deck and own up to it.
Yeah, Gino, go kick rocks.
Don't sympathize with me.
I love when he messages you guys in chat and he's like, "Did you guys get Mirage too?" Like, don't try and sympathize with us. You're fucking one of them, you bastard.
You're part of the problem.
Don't sympathize with me. Don't come and play charity case. I don't want your sympathies. Take your win and leave. All right. I lost. GG. All right. I say that begrudgingly. Oh, Dad, parting words.
We're back. Happy to be back. But for the record, when this pod comes out, it's gonna be like another 2-week hiatus just because it's Christmas, New Year's, and then right immediately New Year's is Nats for us. And also, all three of us are going to be at Orlando this year, so come say hi to us. Come say what's up to us. You know what I'm saying? If you want anything autographed by Mike, because Mike never shows up for anything, this is your best time to do it.
Yes,
you
the only time I'm coming.
It's the only time you're ever going to see Mike in person. He is a thing, not just like the cardboard cutout like people thought he was for a second. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm getting married next year, so don't expect me to ever leave the fucking house. So.
Wait, what? Backtrack. What? You getting married?
Nope. Don't entertain it.
Anyways,
Nope.
ending words, rapid tweets.
There you go. There's the party words. And that is it for today's episode of DigiPod, the digital podcast. And so until we talk to you guys next time, peace out.
Peace.
Catch you on the next one.